Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Savannah Chrisley reveals torture and psychological abuse. The more that Savannah Chrisley fights allegedly poor conditions in Pensacola FCI, the more members of the public slam her. However, it seems that inmates there appreciate her efforts to highlight issues. This time, it related to the alleged abuse of prisoners in the Residential Drug Abuse Program, RDAP. Savannah Chrisley get info from whistleblowers. It seems that where there's some smoke, there might be a bit of fire, judging by whistleblowers who contacted Todd Chrisley's daughter. These days, she posts on her dad's social media while he serves 12 years behind bars. Mostly, it's about a lot of allegations against the warden of Pensacola. Of course, it's not possible to prove the allegations, but word might be getting around. That's because it seems that other inmates now contact the former Chrisley Knows Best star. Recently, Savannah Chrisley's dad, Todd, did a second interview with Brian and Tin on News Nation. While a lot of people slammed Brian for giving Todd coverage, he noted something that many people seem to forget. Pensacola is not a high or medium security prison. Most of the people there are held for white-collar crime, and it's supposed to be a low-security facility. Allegations of abuse in the RDAP program. A letter purporting to be from an RDAP inmate at Pensacola arrived in the mail, and it was shared on Todd's Instagram. Notably, it seems very well written. Clearly educated, the writer laid out claims of alleged abuse by two doctors involved in the RDAP program. The claim talked about torture and psychological abuse. More followed from the Chrisley Knows Best alum. The long caption also talked about the doctor using personal influence with Shannon Phelps, the regional director, which allows her to act this way. So, the former reality TV star said that she will ask the legal team to ask that the FBI open an investigation into this facility and Mandy Ramsey and Dar Prophet. While the usual do the crime, do the time comments arrived, many people pay attention to what allegedly happens in these prisons. One of them, formerly an inmate, commented on the allegations in the RDAP. For months, Savannah Chrisley has kept a brave face, smiling through podcasts, walking red carpets, and posting inspirational quotes on social media. But behind her polished presence, the reality star has been quietly battling a storm that very few knew the depth of. This week, the former Chrisley Knows Best personality shattered the silence in a gut-wrenching interview where she used two chilling words to describe what her family has endured: torture and psychological abuse. "I've hit a point where the pain can't stay bottled anymore," Savannah began, her voice trembling but fierce. "People look at me and think I'm strong because I've survived, but they don't realize that surviving has come at a cost. What we've been through, it's not just injustice, it's psychological warfare." The 27-year-old revealed that since her parents Todd and Julie Chrisley were sentenced to federal prison, her world has become a battlefield of silent suffering and institutional cruelty. She didn't speak just about the grief of being separated from her parents, but about what they, and by extension she, have been subjected to since the moment the prison doors slammed shut. "I don't think anyone understands what it feels like to hear your mother sob over a 5-minute phone call, whispering that she's being watched every second, that she's scared to even cry because someone might take it as defiance," Savannah said. "That's not punishment. That's psychological abuse." According to Savannah, her mother Julie has been treated in ways that erode the human spirit. She's gone days without access to clean undergarments, forced to sleep next to women screaming from untreated mental health conditions, and has had guards mock her tears. She was given a 10-year sentence, not a psychological breakdown. The emotional toll is visible in Savannah's eyes. "This isn't about saying my parents are perfect. This is about dignity, about human rights, about being trapped in a system that doesn't just confine you, it breaks you, reshapes you into someone," before confessing something she hadn't shared before. "There are nights I wake up gasping, not from a nightmare, but from silence. The silence of their absence is louder than any scream. It's torture. What makes her claims even more haunting is the way the punishment has stretched its reach beyond prison walls. Savannah admitted that even outside, she's endured psychological abuse by institutions, the media, and former friends who turned their backs. I've been followed, investigated, had doors slammed in my face. People I grew up with have said the cruelest things, accusing me of being complicit in crimes I had no part of. They look at me like I'm contagious, like guilt could spread through eye contact, she said. Savannah revealed how she's received anonymous threats, hateful messages telling her she deserves to suffer just like her parents. One message said, "You should be in the cell next to them." I cried for hours after that. The pressure of becoming a sudden caretaker for her younger brother, Grayson, and niece, Chloe, has left her emotionally drained. One moment I was someone's daughter. The next I had to be everyone's mother, she said. And the thing is, I never signed up for any of this. But I couldn't walk away. I love them too much. Despite her inner turmoil, Savannah made one thing clear. She's not telling her story for sympathy, but for change. There are thousands of people in prisons across the country enduring silent agony. No cameras, no headlines, just quiet suffering. And if someone like me, who has a platform, can't speak out, then what hope do they have? The Chrisley daughter is now working with prison reform groups behind the scenes and hinted at an upcoming project aimed at exposing what really goes on behind prison walls. The stories my mom has told me: women left untreated for months, inmates punished for crying, food barely edible. It's a kind of suffering the public doesn't see. She also shared that her father, Todd Chrisley, has been subjected to humiliating treatment. He's had his mail tampered with, his religious rights questioned, and even been denied basic hygiene products on more than one occasion. He's not in a maximum security prison, yet he's treated like a danger to society. Through tears, Savannah admitted the toll it's taken on her faith. There were days I screamed at God. I'd ask, "Why us? Why this?" But then I realized, sometimes you go through hell not because you deserve it, but because you're meant to expose it. The interview ended with Savannah addressing the millions who followed her journey since she was a teenager on reality TV. If you've supported us, thank you. If you've doubted us, I get it. But know this, I won't stay silent. The pain may be heavy, but truth is heavier, and I'm ready to carry it. With her revelation of torture and psychological abuse, Savannah Chrisley has not only opened the door to her own pain, she's kicked open a much bigger conversation about what really happens behind closed prison gates, and the emotional scars it leaves on families who never stop loving the ones inside. Through tears, Savannah admitted the toll it's taken on her faith. There were days I screamed at God. I'd ask, "Why us? Why this?" But then I realized, sometimes you go through hell not because you deserve it, but because you're meant to expose it. The interview ended with Savannah addressing the millions who followed her journey since she was a teenager on reality TV. If you've supported us, thank you. If you've doubted us, I get it. But know this, I won't stay silent. The pain may be heavy, but truth is heavier, and I'm ready to carry it. With her revelation of torture and psychological abuse, Savannah Chrisley has not only opened the door to her own pain, she's kicked open a much bigger conversation about what really happens behind closed prison gates, and the emotional scars it leaves on families who never stop loving the ones inside.